Get cozy, everybody, because we will continue on with a game called Amsit in the Rain. Where were we? Here. I'll somehow manage. I don't know if I'll live a good life, but at least survive. While occasionally remembering you. Remembering? Yeah, not forgetting. Even if you were gone, I'm sure I'd be able to live on thanks to you. I will never forget you. So don't worry, I'll be fine. You won't forget. She mutters quietly, then she laughs troubled. I see, Haruya-kun is strong. Strong? Yeah, strong. She lowers her face and seems to be thinking about something. Before long, she looks up again. Are you free tomorrow after school? I'm at a loss on how to answer. Certainly don't have any plans, but it's doubtful whether I'll live to face tomorrow. I'm free, but I was just hoping I can get through it today. What's up with that? Do you have accumulated schoolwork to do? Well, something like that. Senpai doesn't seem to notice that my responses are vague. Then Haruya, please finish your homework before tomorrow. I've been feeling a little tired lately, so I want to go home now and rest. After we're both in perfect condition, why don't we head out to the station? Do you want to make memories together before graduating? It feels a little hasty. It's important to seize the day. But haste makes waste. Now I want to hurry. The time I can spend wearing a uniform is short compared to the rest of my life. She picks up her bag and walks towards the exit. So I'll be going home now. What about you? After a moment of hesitation, I answer. I'll stay a little longer. Okay, see you tomorrow. Senpai, I hope you get some rest today. Of course, tomorrow is going to be a big day. Saying that, she left. I take a deep breath and exhaled slowly. If my breath had a color, it would be a horribly cloudy and dark one. I feel like I just said things I didn't mean, but to begin with, I'm not a strong person. In this school life I haven't fully adapted to yet, this clubroom is, without a doubt, the place I belong. And Senpai is my main conversation partner. The reason why I go out of my way to visit this clubroom every day is the expectation that she will be there. If I lose someone who means this much to me, will I really be able to bear it? I'm not sure, but it's better than being eaten alive, but that's just me. I believe I had no choice but to answer that I can do it. Otherwise, she won't be able to graduate. She probably has no choice but to go back to where she came from. When the time comes, I must not be the reason she can't take that step. That's why I must hide my feelings. However, that wasn't the only lie in our conversation. Hearing the phrase, making memories before graduation, we both undoubtedly thought of the hydrangea garden we visited the other day. As if we had a pact, neither of us said anything about it. It's a memory that created a rift in our relationship, so we wanted to bury it in silence. That way, from the time we first met until the time we parted, our time together would have no flaws. There would indeed be some shaky moments, but overall, it would take the shape of a neat, clean line. I'm sure that Senpai, who isn't aware of the Rain Ayakashi approaching me, is thinking that. For this reason, I went along with her script. I have a bad habit of looking back on conversations. I pick up my bag. It is just my guess, but after school tomorrow, she will go out with me for the last time and then she will return to her original world. Tonight, that's what I will tell the Rain Ayakashi. He came to bring her back, and now he can save the trouble of setting traps. They can reconcile. For the time being, this will settle the matter. I think I've created a nice storyline where everything falls into place. Nobody can complain about this. Yeah, nobody. Or maybe I'm the one complaining. With a clubroom behind me, I remember. Is it even possible for you to leave? You love our literature club. I have to graduate. That's not an answer. Wrong, she never answered in the first place. No, not answering is an answer itself. My feet stop. I start walking again. I said I could live on without her. Based on my reply, we both moved accordingly. Even though I didn't freely choose the answer, it will determine my future. I want it to end well. To achieve that, tonight's rain is the final hurdle I must overcome. Yeah? Time. Amidst the pattering rain, the sullen voice of the monstrous shark resounds. From under the umbrella, I watch the grotesque mouth move. The answer you have reached. Will you please let me know? I nod and take a deep breath in the moist night air. My heart is about to explode. A sickening chill runs down my spine, and I fear I could lose my mind at any moment. Even though I wish I could put off answering forever, I make up my mind and speak out. I have no intention of cooperating with you, because there's no need to do that in the first place. Oh, I cannot seem to figure out what you mean. My apologies, but could you explain yourself in a manner that even a dullard such as myself can understand? He's both polite and rude. You're an asshole. At a first glance, you would think he treats others like equals, but in reality, he is overbearing and provoking. I had a faint impression of his condescending attitude when we first met, but now it reached its peak. I'm sure the Rain Ayakashi sees me as a foolish human being. My whole body feels so oppressed, my skin tingles, but I try my best to speak calmly. It's simple. There's no need to lure Senpai out and bring her back. She will probably come to you instead. Today I talked to her at school. Although she didn't directly tell me, she mentioned graduating from school and leaving this place. I believe she set the time limit for her return tomorrow. So could you at least wait until then? She will surely come back to your world. You don't have to kill me because she wouldn't obey the order to come back. She must have finally made up his mind. She's his mind? So why don't you go back to where you came from and listen to her side of the story? The sound of rain replaces my voice. Like a rock protruding from the surface of the water, the Rain Ayakashi stares at me without moving his eyeballs and sinks into the ground for a few seconds. When he resurfaces, he begins to speak slowly, as if to comment on my opinion. Well, there are various things from your story that bother me, but I shall put them aside from now. I really hate his way of speaking. However, there is a serious mistake in your statements that I cannot overlook. A mistake where? You seem to have misunderstood, but the reason I have come to this world is to not bring back Yukino Akabane. By order of my master, I have come to kill Yukino Akabane. She continuously refused her orders to return, so I said I would kill her for that reason. However, that does not mean I won't be killing her even if it does return. What? Why? Aren't you two from the same place? Sure, she's of my same kin, but it's precisely because she's a disgrace to our entire species that she must be killed. Revealing his true nature, the shark monster bares his teeth and becomes furious. I'm so overwhelmed that I cannot move. How dare a mere child of man speak so insolently? Did you even think of trying to convince me for Yukino's sake? With a big splash of water, the figure of the Rain Ayakashi disappears before my eyes. That's when I come to my senses and look around, searching where he has gone. Feeling an unbearable pressure overhead, I instinctively put down my umbrella and look up at the sky. Darkness, a cozy darkness, and endlessly deep darkness spreads behind the pure white teeth. I should have done this since the beginning. I hear a muffled sound of splashing water. What have you done there from the beginning, shoulda, woulda? My consciousness returns from the darkness. I can hear the rain. Haruya Sitaji is here. The voice of the Rain Ayakashi shakes my whole body, and I hurriedly stand up with a jump. I look around my surroundings, even though I feel like collapsing due to my hazy consciousness. Darkness all around. I can't see the shark. It looks like you just woke up. His deep, echoing voice makes my body numb. I feel his voice enveloping my whole body, as well as the lukewarm feeling of a wobbly and swaying ground. I'm vaguely able to guess my situation. I'm inside the Rain Ayakashi's mouth. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I notice a row of majestic teeth laying on top and bottom of my vision. And the shadow I can see from within the mouth. And the shadow I can see from within his mouth is what? His mouth is what? Within his mouth is. The guy's life is precious to you, isn't it? Then I'll trade it for yours. Do you understand, Yukino Akabane? Or rather, Buinge Ayakashi, Kabane Shira Yuki Hime, the deathly red-winged deity. Senpai, don't be noisy. When I involuntarily lean forward and shout, my feet begin to tilt. The Rain Ayakashi has lifted the tip of his tongue. Haruya-kun, don't you move, Shirayuki-hime. For a moment, I feel the illusion of my body floating up at the Rain Ayakashi's angry voice. Somehow managed to avoid falling to the back of its throat, and the tongue finally regains its original flatness. Hey, Fukai, do you really think that will work against me? Don't you know who I am? Of course I do. If I fight you head-on, my odds of winning are slim. That's why I decided on this approach. Apparently, you seem to have a deep bond with this guy. Even if you take a hostage, it would be easy for me to overwhelm you and recapture him. Isn't that right? Surely it'd be really easy, but I can crush this guy in an instant it takes for you to do so. And even if I die, there are still plenty of others who will take over after me. I'm nothing more than a vanguard. My life is being exchanged now. It doesn't feel real. A story about a world that I don't know about. That senpai's stern voice that I hear for the first time all. They seem like lies. Are you willing to die? I am here to fulfill my master's mission. To do so, my life and death are trivial matters. Rather, surviving despite failing my lord's mission would be the real death. My father sure is loved by his pet fish. One can't fight against blood. Isn't that the reason you two are quite admired by this guy here? The rain Ayakashi opens his mouth. Thanks to that, I could see the better scenery outside. In the middle of the rain and darkness, I see hints of the white light of the moon. The raindrops scattered on the trees and plants reflect the moonlight. The sight of the moon and the raindrops, drawing the colors of the flowers in the darkness, is a sight to behold. It's the hydrangea garden. An open space surrounded by flowers and plants. In its center, a familiar figure stands. You are my senpai, right? Haruya. In a complete exchange from before, her voice is terribly feeble. This seems to be the right moment for questions. Seeing a weakness in her, the Rain Ayakashi decides to attack. Haruya, is there anything you would like to ask her? I'm sure there's a lot you want to know. For now, I'll allow you to say a few words. Am I not allowed to speak without his permission? Until now, it seems I didn't even have that right. I can vaguely read his mood. The arrogance of the rain shark is something to be admired. And so, in his shrewdness, what he probably wants is for me to denounce her. It must be the motive behind cornering her like that. As long as I can see through his calculations, I can't let myself be caught up in the Rain Ayakashi's plots. The pale moonlight shines on Senpai, and I can see her biting her lip and casting her eyes down. I can't hurt her, however, I don't really have a clue what to say. Sorry, Haruya. She speaks up first. I'm taken aback. I thought she was waiting for me to say something. I know I should have told you first, and I'm sure there are many things you want to ask me. First of all, what the Rain Ayakashi said is all true. I'm not human, and it's true that I attack people. I've been hiding my identity. That's how I deceived you. I'm sorry. I don't know how to face you. She says bitterly, confessing one's guilt must be painful. But honestly, yeah, maybe she has strayed from the right path, but I don't really care about that anymore. I don't want to play the role of the executioner, like the Rain Ayakashi hopes I will. The one who can decree a sin is a judge. But I am just the kohai of my senpai. And now, as her kohai, what I should say is... No, I was the one who deceived you. I really don't want to be away from you. I'm not a strong person. Senpai, even if you aren't that confident, right? You actually don't want to go home, right? She has made up her mind to return, so I intended to give her a little push. But didn't these words of mine plunge her into the depths of darkness? Why did you come to this world, Senpai? Why did you enroll in a high school? Without waiting for her reply, I kept pressing for answers. With a momentary sound of rain in between, she starts talking. I was raised by my father like some sort of pet. I was confined in a room that was spacious but empty, had no windows, and was like a bug cage. I spent my time without meeting anyone. That's why I wanted to get involved with someone, so I forced myself to come here. But it was difficult. Just getting to meet people wasn't my goal. I wanted real bonds. Couldn't do it very well. Maybe it's because I'm not human after all. The deadline was approaching, so I thought, just give up and just go home. Meeting you just before the deadline made me want to stay here a little longer. I have harmed many people. I lost count on how many people I have troubled and hurt. My guilt is crushing me. And in the end, even if you are in danger of losing your life, I really am no good. It's only right that I should disappear. That's not true. I always thought you were a great person, even though you kill a lot of people. Holy shit, what the fuck? It's fun to get involved with people when all goes well, but when things go south or you make mistakes, it's really painful, isn't it? Especially for the people who are like fucking dead and shit. Like, how many people have she killed in order for her to stay here that longer? Even when faced with setbacks, you've been trying to get involved with people, and that's amazing. She killed a lot of people. Is that what you're saying about trying to get involved with? Holy shit, Haruya, you're really dark too. What the fuck? You kept trying again and again. You should be proud. Proud of killing people? Are you fucking kidding me? This is so wrong. What the fuck? A strong person is you, not me. Well, she's not a person. She's actually an Ayakashi. Of course, she's stronger than that. But yeah, I guess she's talking about mentality or something. Enough. Don't you hate her? My eardrums are about to burst from the anger of the Rain Ayakashi. He must be frustrated that things aren't going the way he wanted them to. But thanks to him, I've been able to say what I wanted to say. That's all I can do. She closes her eyes while listening to my words, and before long, after a pause, as if she was trying to grasp the meaning of my words, she opens her mouth. Thank you. Her hand glows white, her fingertips run along the nape of her neck. Senpai, all the things you just said, they are my salvation. Ow, my eyes, so bright, I can see it. Shining white fingertips engrave streaks of light on her body. White light overflows from the cracks as if a dam had been bust open. That's the future I can see with my own eyes. The long-awaited moment has arrived. She shows resignation. It's time to fulfill her wish. I manage an unexpected escape from the shark's mouth. The Rei Nayakashi's momentary lapse of concentration is probably the only reason a mere human like me can escape from him. Oh God, so bright. As I run through the wet grass, I shout her name. I won't let you do that. But I'm only human after all. Even if I can outsmart a monster for a moment, I can't take victory home. You bastard! The Rei Nayakashi immediately chased after me just before being eaten by the shark. I managed to say it. I want you to live! Wait, what? Haruya got eaten alive? Holy shit. As a human, or rather, as her kohai, I was able to at least say that much. And now you're dead forever. The shark's body is filled with black water, drifting inside the Rei Nayakashi as if in a violently flowing night sea. There isn't enough oxygen. My consciousness becomes vague. Is the sensation of drowning or suffocating? My thoughts become faint. What's the meaning of my words? What kind of meaning can it have for her to be told to live? I don't know. The water is violently swirling. If the shark hasn't crushed me, does it still want me to use it as a hostage? I don't know. I don't understand anything. In the midst of suffocation, my consciousness begins to be dyed, with a feeling of floating out of place. I see something in the darkness. It's a white light. That must be... It must be Senpai's hand. I feel it clearly in the dark. The sound of sign she grabs my body and pulls me up. My body floats in the air. We're flying in the sky. You aren't Senpai, right? I ask, gasping for breath. I can't hide my surprise at the figure of the person who pulled me up. Long hair, white like moonlight, a jet black body with scarlet wings and an expressionless face. A beautiful and extraordinary figure, an existence unknown to our world. Yeah, I'm your senpai, Haruya. The voice that answers me is definitely hers. Curse you bastards! He shouts angrily and chases after us. Black water is gushing out from the end of his back, and it looks like he has been pierced. Senpai stops in the air while holding me and stretches out her hand towards the Rei Nayakashi. Rei Nayakashi, you said you're risking your life to fulfill my father's orders. Then I will bet my life here as well. Her fingertips glow white, drawing a wall between us and the Rei Nayakashi. Seeing that the shark, effectively blocked by the wall and crashes to the ground, she slides her fingertips onto her chest in a relieved gesture. Senpai, I'm alright, don't worry. There is a thin incision in her chest. Then, as if her interior was filled with light, a dazzling beam of light overflows from the cut in her torso. Is she going to use solar beam? Boom, boom. The light bursts out as if to split the night sky, but its power gradually weakens, and eventually it disappears as if it were an eye closing its eyes. Shirayuki-hime, where are you? Oh wait, where did your accent go? I've returned the lifespan I had stolen onto the sky. Now I won't be able to stay in this world for long. I will return to our original world. Neither the Rei Nayakashi nor I seem to follow. However, she continues regardless. Rei Nayakashi, your job here is no more. Can you go home first and prepare for when I come? Wait, I don't get it. So didn't she kill people in order to get their life force? But then returning the life force back to the people that she killed, are they gonna be zombies now or something? Will they wake up and realize they're buried alive inside a coffin? That's woof. Are you insane? Even if you return now, you won't be spared. I originally intended to kill you, so it's probably too late now. Rest assured, I don't have the time or strength left to attack people anymore. Now what? Saying so, she descends to the ground. It is so silent that the fight from a moment ago seems like a lie. The battle is over. The Rei Nayakashi is stunned, but eventually grits his teeth and mutters something. It sounds like a throwaway line, but I can't catch it. Before parting, he glares at me and says, Haruya Shitachi. Yeah? I'm returning this. I can't take this filthy thing home with me. Say that, he spits out the umbrella I was holding when we were at my home. It's thrown open and bounces on the ground. Leaving the umbrella as a souvenir, he sinks into the earth. Silence. I can hear the rain. Before I know it, Senpai has returned to her human form. For a while we stand side by side. My mind isn't working properly. An empty hydrangea garden. I look down to the ground. She has her eyes raised at the distant night sky. I'm back. We're, we're drenched in the rain, both silent. When I turn around to look at her, she gently hugs me. Surprised and confused, I hug her back. Both of us are soaking wet. That's why her warmth is transmitted to my skin. Haruya. Yeah? I'm so glad. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm glad, senpai. We've been doing that for a while now. Then we separate and look at each other. We're soaking wet. We match. I ask her while I pick up the umbrella the rain Ayakashi spat out. So what do we do now? Yeah, what should I do? Whatever you decide, I'll be with you. Of course, because you're my kohai. This is right, that's exactly it. This amount of distance is just right for our relationship. For now, you won't be able to go home unless we leave the hydrangea garden. And that would be a problem. Oh, I know. My drenched senpai comes under the umbrella I'm holding up and she says, let's go home together, under a shared umbrella. Yeah, let's do that. Also soaking wet, that's my reply. She changes her appearance into her Ayakashi form, lightly hugging me, her red wings glitter in the dark. And then what? Red wings melt into the darkness, we take off to the sky, and after a short night flight, we land. We're at our high school, in front of the already closed school gate. We're about to return from this journey that seemed long enough, even though it was fleeting. Through the dark, she looks at the school building from the school gate. I sit next to her, staring at her face. She's graduating, I realize. Sorry, I made you wait. Let's go. Are you ready? Yeah. She nods. We must get going. We turn our backs to the school building. I do it a little faster than Senpai, who is still lingering. And so we start our final trip back home. Oof. How was it, high school life? I have a lot of regrets, but looking back, I think it wasn't bad. Do you have a favorite event? I do. Cultural and sports festivals are really good. They're lively and just being there is a lot of fun. Can you do sports? I wonder if I can. Both my body and my senses are different from yours. Oh, this is kind of unfair. My body's pretty short-lived one, so forgive me for that. What about you? Not really. I'm an indoor person. I was also an indoor Ayakashi. Senpai, how is life in your original world? Life there isn't very good. It's like being put inside a bug cage. We live in a confined space and every day follows a fixed procedure. The most valuable thing for my family is to ensure that the routine isn't interrupted. It'd be pointless to argue about the pros and cons of that. It simply doesn't suit me. I really am sorry for being such a lacking daughter. I don't think I have the right to meddle with your family matters, but it's not that you're lacking. It's just not fitting for you. That's why I came here, and there must be others who like this kind of curiosity and courage as well. Your words aren't too convincing. Don't get carried away. Can't I? Actually, I don't really mind. As I was saying, I'm sure there are people in your world who can appreciate and accept you. Although I don't know much about that world, so I'm sorry if I said something off the mark. No, I won't. Thank you. Perhaps I came here without knowing much about my own world. I want to find a better way to live. What about you? What kind of life will you live after I leave? Well, I can't imagine. Will I still participate in the club even if you're gone? I think I'll be bored. Honestly, it doesn't feel real. To me, it's like tomorrow you will still show up at the club room like usual. But I won't be coming back. I won't. Right. And that's why the present is the most important to me. Hey Haruya. Yeah? I want you to call me by my name. Was it Kabane? No, not that one. Yukino. Wow. What's with that reaction? Nothing. It's such an amazing feeling, Fufu. I wish you could have called me by my name sooner. It's embarrassing though, so maybe not. Or rather, Haruya, you don't have what it takes. I'm your senpai, so I can tell. You wouldn't be able to keep it up for even an hour. You can only hold back the embarrassment now because I'm about to leave. Oh, but I'm always very talkative. Could it be I'll become even more talkative when called by name? Yukino. Yeah. Please don't leave. I'm sorry, I'm being selfish. Please forget it. No, I won't. I will never forget you said that. For the rest of my life. Yeah, for a lifetime. Hey Haruya, let me say one last thing. What is it? Perhaps you're a little timid when it comes to speaking out. However, I want you to know that your words can be of help to someone. I hope you won't forget about that. Thank you. I will never forget for the rest of my life. For the rest of your life, huh? Yeah, I'm glad. Senpai, what? Can we meet again? I want to, but I can't say more than that. Is that so? But, well, yeah. Perhaps I'll come again on a rainy day. On rainy day, I was under the impression that happy things like reunions happen on sunny days. It's fine if it's sunny, but we're parting ways on a rainy day, so we should meet again on a rainy day too, as a continuation of today. Oh, that's nice. We'll meet again. Meet again, maybe one day, far into the future. Our relationship will continue forever though, and that is for sure. Then I should remember to bring an umbrella. No need, it's okay if you forget your umbrella again, because I'll definitely bring one to pick you up. Damn. That's that's tragic. I turn around at the sound of the pouring rain. Absent. The person who should have been here, she isn't any longer. Oh, so that's why it's called Absent in the Rain. Doi. The hand who was holding the umbrella is gone. For a while, the cold rain hits me. Senpai once said that she likes walking in the rain. I can understand that feeling a little bit now. I also finally understand her a little. Just a little bit. Before long, along with the rain, I begin to walk home alone. I look up at the sky while getting wet in the rain. The night is far away. The night is so far away that I feel like I can almost touch it. Oof, what a bittersweet ending. Since then, the damage caused by the murder case has come to a sudden stop. According to the police investigation, the victims all had criminal records, had bad behavior, or were in trouble with someone on the day they were killed. For the time being, the police are investigating the murders under the assumption they were work of someone acting like a vigilante. I'm not going to say anything about it. It's a fair assessment of the perpetrator. Everything that left a trace of her has disappeared. It disappeared as if she had never existed. I go to the clubroom. She is not there. Her seat is empty. Even the assumptions and perceptions about her have been rewritten, and nobody remembers her. But why does he remember her? Is that some sort of... Did she leave some sort of power to make him remember hers? The photo of her I took at the hydrangea garden that day has disappeared from my smartphone. Memories are the only thing that retains any vestiges of my senpai. Everything and anything that left her traces has been lost, and even my memories are gradually washed away by the rain, becoming faint, thin, and vague. Even if I write down her name on a piece of paper so that I won't forget it, the next day it will be blank. Even written memories are lost. I'm the one who spent most of my time with senpai. There's no way I wouldn't be affected by the law of coherence. However, I was still trying to resist. But then I lost track of what I was fighting against. I forgot that I was even fighting. And the world went back to normal. With one exception. At some point, I had photos on my smartphone that I didn't remember taking. What? At first glance, it looks like a cheap prank, but I don't know why I would be saving such an image. I don't even remember the other person's name. But seeing that name makes me feel nostalgic. It even makes me cry when I say it out loud. Why? This person must have been very important to me. No. Even now, she's the most important person to me. I'm sure I'm alive thanks to this person. And I'm living for her. Damn. Wait, that's it? Oh man. What a bittersweet ending. But it ended realistically. But then again, the other ending was... possibly. I mean, it's like a Romeo and Juliet thingy. Wow. Wait, wow. Why did we not have that image? Did I miss something? There were only two choices. Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. Look at the cool visuals. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. Awesome. Hopefully it doesn't get claimed because of the beautiful music. I hope. So did they ever meet again in the future or something? Like 10-year passed by? Yeah, cool. So one expression guy. Thank you for play. Oh, she disappeared. Well, thank you for making the game. What a it's a nice story, but if we're claiming that it's a murder mystery or something, hey, there's fucking color. Wow. If we're claiming to be a murder mystery or a mystery game, I was expecting more of a mystery-ish thing to it. But, well, everything is revealed yet. With that said, please submit your work to the club magazine. Alright. Summer vacation just around the corner. The president and I are having a meeting about this year's club magazine. Well then, that's it. President. I involuntarily call out to the president when she's about to leave the club room. Yeah? I feel embarrassed to say something like this again, but since I have already stopped her, I have little choice but to go ahead with it. President, this is the last club magazine of the year. That's right. It's just, I'm going to miss you in the club. The president blinks. We look at each other in a strange atmosphere for a while, but then she bursts into laughter and says, You'll be lonely, you say, even though I barely showed my face? But it's not like you didn't come at all either. Besides, the two of us have been supporting this club since spring. Is it such a big deal? I don't remember spending any energy here. Doesn't that mean that it was a comfortable place? Pooh, she laughs. I laugh a little too. She averts her eyes for a moment and looks hesitant, but in the end, she can't hold back and ends up laughing. It can't be helped. I have to graduate. You will be alone next year. Only if nobody else joins. How to say it? I wouldn't have high hopes, but I'm rooting for you. You don't think it can happen? Being negative is a bad habit of mine, and it's not easy for people to get out of their habits. She laughs embarrassedly. She then opens the door of the club room and turns around one last time. But well, thank you. Take care. After saying that, she leaves the room. In the room where I'm alone, I open the window. The breeze and light of July enter the club room. Let me guess, she's gonna show up like a co-hire or something, a new club member. I'm just thinking. The outside world is bright and bathed in sunlight, and the colors that fly are vivid to the eye. The scenery seen from the window of this club room will change little by little with the path of time and seasons. And that's the moment I suddenly come up with it. Yeah, that's it. Let's write about windows in the club magazine. Anything is fine, whether it's a novel or an essay about windows. So I write about Windows 95. I don't remember what, but there's one thing that stuck to my mind. Of a day when someone opened the window I wanted to open. I can't imagine what it would be like in that situation. It seems like an ordinary daily gesture. However, the fact that such a thing happened is strangely burned into my heart. So this is it. I should leave notice somewhere in this world that such a thing happened. That's what I feel. I'll never forget. I think that as I lean out the window. I like being like this. I take my time to look at the distant scenery outside. The club room. This exact room I'm in right now. At first it felt cramped, but now I can say it with confidence. I like this room. It's small, but it has a big window and it's full of my precious things and time. Yeah, I like this room. Now what? Extra scene. Music playback mode are now unlocked. Okay, the extra scene, right? Cool. How do we get to the extra scene? Contents. Where's... Oh, there you are. Extra scene. Well... So you're the kind of person who reads manga in the literature club, huh? Reading manga is still reading. Senpai had a chair right next to me and was peering into the manga magazine I had opened. I was troubled because of her nice smell. I wonder why the main characters in manga often have scars on their bodies. She muttered, staring at the character in a panel. Isn't that a mark? It means you have a special power. Senpai took her eyes off the manga, crossed her arms and legs, and began to think about something. It's probably not a good thing, so I poked her. What are you scheming now? I want to mark you too. What are you saying? Marking? I'm not a dog, but I love dogs. After a conversation without context, Senpai brought her head close to me again. When she peered into the manga, her silky hair hung over my wrist. Aren't you going to turn the page? She looked at me with a sideways glance. I was just thinking. Yeah, about me? That too. Her eyes widened in surprise. I guess my comment was unexpected. Can't you tell me? After some hesitation, I decided to nod. My body too, it has a scar. Huh? Oh, can I ask why? Sure, otherwise I wouldn't be telling you. She nodded. I had a big surgery when I was a child. I have a scar on my back. On your back? Yeah, I can't show it to you though. True that, you can't because you'd look too sexy. Is that comment appropriate? I continued talking while wondering. After the surgery, I was convalescent for a while. It was during that time that I picked up reading. My love for books started there. So this means the scar is your reason for joining this club. You could say so. That's right, Senpai muttered deeply. It's the first time I told anyone about this. Told anyone. Huh? I'm the first? Yeah, at least the first time since middle school. Somehow it makes me happy, but why did you tell me? Why? Yeah, because you're the type to think before talking. Maybe I wanted you to know. I tried my best to mumble as if it was someone else's problem. If not, I'd be even more embarrassed than I already was. Was that payback for the information about me liking dogs? You think? I'd say the price and cost proportion isn't evenly matched. Proportion, huh? In that case, I'll accept any question from you. I will answer anything openly. Then what's your type of dog? The kind of dog over there, she said, narrowing her eyes. That's what I like. A book lover's that's surprisingly not obedient and that likes lollipops. Dogs with surgical scars on their backs. Whoa, she's if he's that dense. I'm not a dog. I know, you're my kohai. And I didn't mention names, I was talking about dogs. Right. I directed my eyes to the magazine again. The story, which started with the scars of a fictional character, passed through the scar on my back and ended up with a story about dogs. Oh, I see. Senpai's arms suddenly wrapped around my back. My heart tightened from being hugged from behind. What is it? I'm thinking on the scar on your back. I looked sideways at her, who had her eyes closed. So pretty, I thought. This person is beautiful. My story, was it that interesting? Yeah, oh, but that's because it's about you. She snuggled up to me. Your back brought you to this literature club room. It's almost poetic. That's how it feels. She released me from her embrace. She then put her hand between the back of the chair and my back, letting her fingertips slide down the back of my uniform. Strangely enough, the trajectory of her finger accurately traced my surgical scar. Then she hugged my back again. She hugged me tighter than before, an embrace filled with loving strength. Maybe I'll think about the scar on your back many times from now on. My whole body was stiff, down to my fingertips, and my heart was beating loudly. We were close to each other like never before. And the fact that she was thinking about the wound on my back, which is related to my foundation as a human being, made the deepest part of my core shake. Oh, I thought it said cover. Letting go of me, as she closed her eyes and muttered as if recalling a distant memory. If a person had wings, they would probably grow on their backs. Why did you suddenly say such a thing? I couldn't know. I had never even thought of imagining the scar as a wing. A scar was a scar. Senpai was the first to liken it to a wing. The magazine fell out of my hand, both hands freed. I touched her arm. End of May, dull, cloudy sunlight was streaming into the room through the windows. The rainy season is coming, I thought. The rainy season with Senpai. Damn. We did it! Yeah, we did everything. Epilogue. A, Gen B. So yeah. So we're done. Yeah. Yep. So what did I think about it? Well, yeah. I mean, it advertised itself as some kind of murder mystery or something. Or maybe it was just in the H.io description. Yeah. But it didn't really focus on the murdering part. It just says, I killed people because I needed to stay here for a while. But yeah. That's a love story, though. It's like what's that fucking story called? Yeah, Romeo and Juliet-esque in this ending B because, gonna kill you because, I'm gonna die if I don't kill you. In ending A is like, the Japanese really do like tragedy. Like, what is it with that? Them having feelings for each other but can never be together? Oof, what longing. It reminds me of 5 centimeters, that movie. Really boring movie, but I love it though. I mean, that's the whole point of it. It's really boring. It's really isolating. I love that shit. So yeah, pretty good. I've seen the rate. If you want to try to get for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.